was their motto, and they just did it.
Winston now after the fumble recovery. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that two-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point? But after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for two and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction. Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down a defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
That's good for the Saints.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
A gain of 12 yards. That's another Saints.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They'll roll him out right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara there to make the grab. And the Saints have taken the lead. Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for two on this one. Winston to throw for it. He'll buy some time right. And they're going to get the two-point conversion. This one's caught. And it stretches their lead up to 8.
Eagles 6.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. A good gain on first. Has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Oh, the sneak. It's Hurts. Hurts fumbles it. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
That'll be caught. It's Rager. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Looking to throw on second down. Sanders rolling to his right. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they're going to face a third down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw again on second down. Hurts. Looking again for Watkins, and this time that's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 16.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football. And to bring you the second half from the Superdome, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Rolling to his left. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marcus Davenport able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Following the interception, Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Winston. Back to Kamara for another catch. Oh, he bowls over him. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape for a 1st and goal.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. 2nd down and goal. Winston. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Johnson. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for 2 on this one. They'll look to throw. And he he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it, so a sack on the two-point try.
20, Eagles 6.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that? And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you had extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking him.
Hurts.
Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. They find some open field here. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big play there for Philly.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And one more time, that's Watkins. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
So much of his game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
And it's caught. Touchdown.
Quez Watkins.
A 16-yard touchdown. There the Eagles are back within a score. Now the Eagles will once again go for the two-point try.
Hurts will throw.
And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown.
Here's a diving catch right side.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. On 1st and 10, Winston. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Again, it's Winston. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
A 4-yard loss.
4th down, Winston. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. So following the failed try on fourth down, will change ends and change possession. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield.
And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert, 26 yards. And the Eagles, if they hit the PAT, they will be in the lead. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Eagle, Malcolm Jenkins.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Again, it's Kamara. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara,
a 16-yard touchdown run.
And the Saints answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
And here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
On first down, Hurts.
Open man has got it, the tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 43.
Throwing is Hurts.
That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Forced out to his left. He's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Quan Alexander in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire.
Hurts gets this to Sanders.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. That's Watkins.
And the Eagles are going to have first and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Well, they have had no answer for this connection all night long.
You just have to think in a 2-minute situation, that's got to be a concentration lapse. You know they're going to go back.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts
taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles, if they hit the PAT, they will be in the lead. So a big play for the Eagles now as they'll go for 2. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams.
And the Saints force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
That's to Thomas, who makes a nice catch.
And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge game. And that turns things around.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And he's in for the touchdown. And in most likely won this thing in regulation.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
From the 6. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe.
Hurts fumbles it.
And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.